Denmark needs to improve. They need to improve. Um, this was the only match today between Denmark and Panama, between two World Cup sides. We had other friendlies taking place today, but they were between teams that did not qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Tomorrow, we have a whole bunch of games taking place that are featuring teams that qualified, both against teams that didn't make it and also against each other. But today, this was the only feature where we had teams that did make it, and they faced off against each other. Put simply, I think Denmark is struggling with putting away their chances in the final third. The creativity is there. I do like Sisto. I was impressed with what I saw with him during the end of qualification, particularly in the second leg against the Republic of Ireland. This guy has a lot of potential to be, if not the breakout star for Denmark at this World Cup up impending, then one of the potential breakout stars of the tournament itself. Eriksen's world class, but the problem with him is he's either here or there. And when he's silent, it puts Denmark in a sort of a position of uncertainty because a lot of their attacking firepower up front, the burden of which tends to lay with other players. I thought today, Kvist, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Kvist was absolutely dreadful. Denmark cannot afford to have these goal-scoring problems carry over into the World Cup. Now, they dispatched the Irish in a 5-1 thumping, but that was a few months ago. It's one friendly, so we still have to see how it goes. They still have more friendlies to play between now and June, so it's not time to hit the panic button at all. The thing is, when you assess friendlies, you kind of have to balance the fact that they are friendlies, but also look at the context of the result. Lineups that were used, injuries, in order to really assess a team's current form. So I don't buy the argument that friendlies are completely useless because that's just absolutely not true. They are useful, but you have to be careful when you weigh them. Now, as for Denmark today, I would say for the most part, they can do a lot better than this. They came up against a team in Panama that's a traditional Central American CONCACAF side. A lot of European teams and teams outside of CONCACAF are not used to playing that very rugged, physical type of football that teams like Panama play. We saw it on full display here when Blas Perez made that ludicrous challenge on Schmeichel and got himself sent off with a red card. Quite possibly cost Panama the game because just a few minutes later, Panama finally took the lead in the 69th minute through Sisto. But I just feel that, like, if Denmark plays like this and they come up against France, Peru in their group, or even in Australia, they're going to have real difficulty advancing from their group. And the thing is that really highlights that elevates this worry, is the fact that this wasn't an experimental lineup. This was close to just about the starting 11 that we're going to see in Russia this summer. This was probably Denmark's A- squad. So they need to improve. They need to get better. As for Panama, we know how they're going to play. Very rough, fouling a lot. Like I said, very physical for a Central American team. And I think it's a promising result for them. They lost 1-0. If Blas Perez did not get sent off and reduce them to 10 men, they could have gotten a draw from this. Panama also, several weeks ago, got a 1-1 draw. I believe it was with Wales, who were Euro 2016 semifinalists. They also narrowly lost 2-1 to Iran, who is the best team in Asia at the moment. So Panama's showing their grit. They're putting on respectable performances in these friendlies, well, minus the fouling, but they're holding their own. Could Panama potentially hold back one of Belgium, England, and maybe even get a slight surprise victory over Tunisia? Can they do something in their World Cup group? I don't think they're an easy side to break down. They're very plucky. But we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think Panama is going to be pushed around easily in their group come the World Cup this summer. For Denmark, like I said, it's not time to worry too much, but they can obviously do much better than this. They can. It's not just the score line. It's just you watch the game itself. They got to put away their chances because they come up in their first game against Peru, who is a South American team and also very physical. Peru can actually score goals. Maybe Panama most likely may not be able to, but Peru will. So, yeah, Denmark needs to improve. That's basically the main takeaway that I got from this. So leave a comment below, like, subscribe. I will, hopefully, God willing, react to more friendlies tomorrow. Till then, have a good one. Much love and peace.